Let's go delusional NBA fan.
Ah, the good old hot take. The necessary evil of the sports world. Through the good ones, the bad ones, and the downright atrocious ones, we once again find ourselves
Dude, I'm not gonna pause a lot because, you know, I want to hear this, but the LeBron has no bag shit is the stupidest. It is the stupidest thing that you could possibly say. The dude is #2 scoring all time. You can't get to #2 scoring all time if you don't have some kind of a bag, bro. It's impossible, dude. I'm pretty sure LeBron's got some skill, man. Pretty sure it takes some skill to score the second most points in the NBA. The history of the NBA, bro. Bro. Like, come on, man. Dude, see Kyrie do a dribble move, and then they go, oh, dude, LeBron can't dribble like that. He got no bag. Okay, man.
Racking our brains, trying to figure out how some people come up with this nonsense.
We'll do 2010s. We'll do that after this. We'll do that. We'll do that. What the hell did I just click?
But today, I've done the brain racking for you and found some of the hottest NBA takes on the internet. So, buckle up. This may be a bumpy ride. Today's sponsor is Rocket Money, formerly Truebill.
No, it's not!
Have you ever checked your bank account?
It's Gundam!
Money and building
It's Gundam! Exclamation Gundam Evolution!
Or that's hot takes. So, despite my head still reeling from our last batch, we've got some new scorchers to take a look at. You'd think I'd know better than to peer into the cold, soulless abyss of casual NBA fandom by now. But I'm sick. I can't help myself. And I've got nothing better to do. So here we are. Our first take is one that's been floating around lately, and as a LeBron stan, it's really got me revved up. And the take here is that LeBron James has no bag. LeBron James, the 6'9" ambidextrous jack of all trades with over 37,000 points, has no bag. Of all the basketball takes I've had the displeasure of coming across, this might just be the worst I've ever laid eyes on. In basketball, the word bag can mean different things to different people. So does having a bag mean being able to get a bucket from anywhere on the court? Like this?
Throws up the floater!
Or this?
5. Nice fake by James. Oh, he stops!
Or this?
And Trey. LeBron, a crossover dribble.
Or maybe having a bag means having the skills to break down a defender at any moment. Like this.
LeBron leading his way.
Or this.
LeBron using that left hand off the bounce.
Whoa.
Inside.
No, wait. I've got it. Maybe having a bag means a player can piece together moves and put together a combo that can get him a bucket at will. Like this right here.
Look, trying to defend LeBron.
Or even this. I feel crazy for even needing to say this, but LeBron James has a bag. I think the problem here is that for some people, having a bag isn't about how many things you're capable of doing on the court, but rather how you look when you do it. For example,
that's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it fucking is, bro. It looks prettier when Kobe shoots contested over 3 people after doing like a fadeaway. It looks cool. That shit looks fire, bro. It doesn't look as cool when Giannis drives and dunks. It doesn't look as cool. You know?
Example, take a player like Jordan Poole or Jordan Clarkson or Damian Lillard. These are all players who everyone will agree have deep bags. But aside from a flashy handle and how they choose to get to their spots, there's not one thing these players can do that LeBron can't. Now sure, LeBron can't put together a combo like this, but getting into your bag can also look like this. I get it. LeBron has always relied heavily on his strength and athleticism. He plays stiff and robotic. It doesn't look pretty most of the time. Instead of shaking his defender and using pure skill to get a bucket, he'd rather put his head down and go through a defender, or just look down at the ball before hitting the grossest 30-footer you've ever seen in your life. But LeBron does, in fact, have a bag. You don't just stumble upon 37,000 points as a perimeter player without having a full arsenal of moves to deploy. He's got a post game. He's got his patented turnaround baseline jumper. He can take you off the dribble and finish with either hand. He can dribble straight into a pull-up. He can manipulate the pick and roll. He's got a filthy layup package.
Why does this even have to be said, bro? The level of hate LeBron gets is so unnecessary. And I think what we'll see is maybe in like LeBron's last year that he says he's going to play, maybe people will start appreciating him. Maybe. When it's like, all right, this is last year. Oh, here's your last time you can see LeBron play against your favorite team. Or maybe then we'll see it. Maybe, bro. Because another thing is this too. A lot of people hated Kobe. Not like, oh, I hate Kobe, but like, oh, because he would always shit on their favorite team. But when it was his last season, a lot of people were like respecting Kobe. Maybe that'll happen with LeBron, man. I hope it does. I hope it does, man, because he obviously, you know, I'm a LeBron fan, but he gets so much unnecessary hate. It's ridiculous, bro. It's literally ridiculous. Saying he has no bag because, you know, Lillard and Kyrie can do, you know, crossovers. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Can shred a double team, and considering he's a freight train of a human being, he's got a relatively tight handle, and why am I even saying this? He's one of the greatest players of all time. Have we lost our minds? Of all the things a player can do on the court, LeBron can do all of them besides having the ball on a string while putting on a dribbling clinic. But if that's how you define having a bag, then so be it. Doesn't change the fact that this is a bad take. Now, this next take isn't from one fan, but from multiple fans. And the more you look into it, the worse it gets. This fan asked the question, if you had to 1v1 against a NBA player to save your family, who would it be? Now listen up, guys. You never know if this is gonna happen. So the first thing you wanna do in this situation is visit your loved ones. Tell them how much they mean to you, and then say your goodbyes. Because brother, they're all goners. There is no one in the entire NBA that 99.99% of us are going to beat one-on-one. This is a matter of fact. But despite this, the answers to this question would have you believing otherwise. Some people found some pretty clever loopholes to this conundrum, like this guy who picked Kawhi Leonard because he wouldn't show up due to load management. And this is true. This guy picked Kyrie Irving, but he has to get vaccinated to participate. This fan said Anthony Davis because he'd get injured 2 minutes into the game. But I hate to break it to you, Anthony Davis would still skunk all of us on a torn ACL. Now here's a fan with some sense. He says, no matter who I pick, there's absolutely no shot I'm winning. But if I had to choose a player where I have the best statistical chance of winning, I'm gonna have to go with LeBron. You know what? Stop. Let's see some real answers, like this fan, who says he could beat Draymond Green one-on-one. And to that, I say, no. You're not beating a 6'7" 240-pound future Hall of Famer. The man scored 32 points and hit 6 threes in Game 7 of the finals. Draymond is going to take your lunch and watch as you wave your family goodbye. This guy says give me Grant Williams, and apparently he's gonna lock him down. No, you're not. Grant Williams is 6'6", 240 with a strap. He's scoring 15 straight on you in street clothes. Now, the most popular answer was pretty much any historically short player. Isaiah Thomas, Nate Robinson, Muggsy Bogues, JJ Barea.
All these players are shitting on all of you. Unless you happen to be like a D1 athlete who is maybe like a center or something, so you're so much bigger than them that it's hard to guard. Maybe, bro. JJ Barea is shitting on all of you. Isaiah Thomas shitting on all of you. Muggsy Bogues shitting on all of you.
Yeah, and again, no. Do y'all realize just how quick and athletic these guys were in their primes? They're going around you, over you. Screw it. They're going under you, and you're not stopping them. You're also not gonna post them up. These guys are built like tree trunks. They're dense. You're not moving them in the post. Try it, and they'll strip you before you even know what happened. Another answer that was really popular was, unironically, Ben Simmons because he can't shoot.
Bro, Ben Simmons would 15, 21, 100-0 anybody in this chat right now, bro. You would literally not be able to even get a shot off. This is the dumbest.
Guys, Ben Simmons is 6'10 with a 40-inch vert. He doesn't need to shoot. He's going through your chest and packing it every single time. Kendrick Perkins? Stop. He was 6'10", 270, and the last time we saw him play normal people was in high school, where he averaged 27, 16, and 8 a game. It's not happening. No, 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 not a shot. Nope, nope, stop it, no. There's really only one correct answer to this question, and it's this one. Now, this next take comes from a fan who says we need to stop comparing Luka Doncic to guys like Larry Bird and LeBron James, and that he's far more similar to James Harden. Now, this is a really good take, because as much as people were hesitant to make the comparison a couple seasons ago, Luka's game has become eerily similar to Harden the more time that passes. Their unorthodox ball handling that looks herky-jerky, but
dude, prime MVP Houston Rockets James Harden. That's a top 10 player of all time, bro. That's probably a hot take because he didn't win anything, but that's a top 10 player of all time.
Catches defenders off guard every single time.
This dude had a 60-point triple-double, bro. Multiple 60-point games. Many 50-point games. And then 40-point games, that was just like normal. That was normal as fuck. I think he averaged 38.
The way they can dissect the defense from the inside out with their elite playmaking. The way they use their larger frames to pin defenders in weird positions and exploit mismatch opportunities. The way they lull the defense to sleep with 102 dribbles before initiating the offense, but have mastered when to attack and when to set up for teammates. Their change of speed and direction when they're getting to their spots makes them impossible to guard, since you literally have no idea what they're gonna do next. And of course, the completely unguardable step-back threes. Luka's game is strikingly similar to peak James Harden's. In fact, if we take a look at Luka's numbers, play style, and effectiveness over the last 4 seasons, and compare them to James Harden from 2016 to 2019, you'll see that across the board, Luka has virtually become James Harden 2.0. From their usage, to their volume scoring, to how often they pass the ball and where they pass it, even down to the effectiveness of their play style. The only difference between peak Harden and current Luka is where they choose to operate. Harden scored most of his points either right at the rim, from the three-point line, or the free throw line, whereas Luka has a higher tendency to get right into the middle of the defense and operate from the mid-range. So, if Luka is just the latest iteration of peak Harden, then why are we so infatuated with him and his playstyle just a few seasons after crucifying Harden for an extremely similar playstyle? Well, because of this. In the playoffs, Luka's numbers go through the roof, but Harden's numbers and effectiveness take a dip in the...
That's facts. That is fucking facts, bro. Look what Luka's already done in the playoffs, as young as he is. They beat the Suns last year, went to Game 7 with the Clippers a year before. Or no, wait. Wait, who did he lose to last year? Who did he lose to last? Oh, the Warriors. Luka in the playoffs, same player, if not better, literally, statistically. James Harden is worse in the playoffs. He is. Statistically, he is worse. He is worse. And especially in key games, bro. Dude, and it's not like, oh, it happened like once or twice. It's happened many fucking times, dude. Many times, bro. That is true. This is facts. This is facts.
The playoffs. The fact that Harden relied so heavily on free throws and three-pointers to generate his points meant teams had an easier time slowing him down over the course of a 7-game series. If you can manage to mitigate his long ball and prevent falling for his foul baiting, you can drastically alter his impact on a game-to-game basis. But because Luka operates on all 3 levels, the post, mid-range, and outside, his game is a lot harder to predict and reduce. Luka also embraces the challenge of the postseason. I'll tell you what, that man does not shy away from a big moment. Despite Luka's insane usage, the fact that he gets even better in the playoffs is the main distinguishing factor that grants him love and admiration from the same fans that would scoff.
Hey, this isn't a hot take, I don't think. Would you say Luka's a more all-around scorer than Harden? I would say the post alone makes him better all around. He can shoot the 3 just as good. Obviously, he can drive into the paint. I would give the edge to Harden for getting to the paint. Prime Harden, not today's Harden. But Luka can still get in the paint. Definitely. Harden, I think, is more athletic. But his post moves, I don't know, man. They're actually really similar, bro.
Off at James Harden's antics the moments he would fall apart in a playoff series. So if we're going to compare Luka to someone, I agree with this take. Peak James Harden is the closest thing that we see in Luka today. This is a really good take.
Well, who would you want in your team? Would you rather Luka today or prime Rockets Harden? Dude, I'm taking Luka, bro. I'm taking Luka. Just based off of he's never like gotten worse. I think I'm taking Luka, bro. I don't know if it's recency bias, but Harden's let me down too many times.
Now our last take is gonna sound like a scorcher at first, but just stick with me here. This fan says that Michael Jordan is the only guard in NBA history he's taking over Steph Curry. And me personally, I agree. The only guard, both point guards and shooting guards, that I would take over Stephen Curry in some all-time draft would be Michael Jordan. Because really, there's only a few options that are even worth considering here. So let's take a look at who those options are. Amongst the greatest guards in NBA history, you've got Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
I'm taking Kobe, bro. I'm taking Kobe over Steph. Kobe can do both, offense and defense. You want to talk about shooting, scoring, bro? This is the same dude who scored 81 points in a game, dude. Come on.
Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson, Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Jerry West, James Harden, and of course, Steph Curry. I think most fans would consider these players the greatest guards of all time. But as incredible as all these players are, it's pretty clear that there's 2 distinct tiers of players here. You've got MJ, Kobe, Magic, and Steph, and then everyone else.
This is so fucking disrespectful. First of all, there needs to be a middle tier here that has D Wade on it, and I would even put Harden on there, and possibly even Allen Iverson. This is disrespectful.
So right off the bat, we can narrow it down to these 3 options. We already established that MJ's getting picked first in any scenario. I mean, you could ask me who I'd pick to run center on my all-time team, and I'm still picking Mike, which narrows our options down to Kobe and Magic. Now, I have Kobe ahead of Steph all time, and I think he was a better all-around player. But in terms of just picking a player, I can get one guy. I need a player whose game can gel within any system, under any circumstance. As great as Kobe was, I think his game was more polarizing than Steph's is. His cutthroat mindset and larger-than-life ego made him a legend, but it also put his team into some tough spots on many occasions. Steph has never developed some of these bad tendencies, and it's made him one of the greatest teammates in NBA history. So that leaves us with Magic. Now, I get that it's trendy to clown on Magic's skill set through the lens of 2022 and pick apart some of his deficiencies. It's really easy to say that a man didn't have a jump shot now that we've seen basketball evolve for the last 30 years. But Magic was, and still is, the point god. There's a reason why the man won 5 championships in 13 seasons. And just like Kobe, I have Magic above Steph all time, and I still think he's the greatest point guard to ever touch a basketball. But I'm sorry, I'm still picking Steph. What Steph lacks in size and defense compared to Magic, he makes up tenfold in shooting and spacing and versatility on offense. He makes everyone's job so much easier by just being on the court, and his shooting and shot creation is so absurd that he's virtually a walking cheat code. If a great guard is the match who lights an offensive fire...
Oh no, bro, I gotta check the box score. Warriors played last night, right? Check this box score. This guy. Oh, they lost to the Pacers. Let me see. Steph Curry, 38 minutes, 12 points. He's really making up for that shit, man. He's really making up for that shit, bro.
Then Steph Curry is a blowtorch and a gallon of gasoline ready to scorch anything in its path. So yes, Michael Jordan is the only guard in NBA history I would take over Steph Curry. And unfortunately, that's all the racking my brain can handle in one sitting. But before I let this go, if you had to 1v1 a NBA player to save your family, who would it be? Leave a comment below with your answer, and as usual, the hotter the take, the better.
To be honest, to be honest, bro, if it's a current player, that's tough. But if you went back to, like, let's say when Jordan played, just go to the bench and just pick a small guy off the bench on any team in the NBA when Jordan played, and you'll probably beat them. Probably.
Or worse. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
Yeah, like, you can beat a plumber. You could beat a dentist. You could beat, what are those, the, X-ray technicians? You could beat those guys.